Okay, Rainier with the proper format. Let's go. Karo Khan. He's going to play my system. Okay, well, I can't claim the system. I mean, Max Erva came up with the system. And now I need to remember my own prep. Yeah, so he's playing the correct line. We need to go bishop f5 before we go knight to f6. Yeah, he's playing the proper move order as well. I used to go knight c3 first, but it's better to do it this way for the white pieces, because if black goes knight f6 first, and after knight g3, there's no bishop to f5. And we can't save this pawn, and we shouldn't really try to. We just keep developing. Not really anything to be concerned about. After knight takes, make sure you play e6, because we don't want any knight to d6 smothered mates. Okay, my opponent queenside castles. Oh, what should we go for? Let me think. Let me think. So we could go queen a5, trying to go bishop to a3. We could also try like b5, a5, a4, which is also very tempting. I think I'm going to start with b5. Probably going to put this bishop on e7, but I don't want to commit it just yet. I'm going to wait a second. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Hi to everyone just joining in the chat. Hope you're doing well and having a good day so far. Are you playing on a trackpad? No, I've got a mouse. I really like this mouse, actually. It's a Razer Viper V3 Hyperspeed. Way too many words. Way too many words, but it's a great mouse. Okay, Queen F3. I think that's a bit wrong. I think maybe white should have gone for a double fianchetto. I assume he's trying to target my c6 pawn. I'd guess. So maybe just queen b6, making sure that's all defended. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I suppose I have knight e5 if I want it, but that doesn't achieve anything right now, I don't think, because it's just very vulnerable. Yesterday's game with you was brutal. Yes, I do remember it. Oh, no worries. LLLLL? That's all good. How could you challenge me? My username is down here, so you can just search it on chess.com. Or you can I think there's a link down below. Also, I'm pretty sure this is a thing, which is very cool. You play in Lichess. Well, just make a chess.com account then. Or if you don't want to, then you can just watch the commentary. I think my opponent had this, you know. So, yeah, that's really, really weird. A very strange tactic. He goes g3, though, looking to fianchetto. I think I'm just going to go rook c8 to secure not only the c6 pawns, so that we preemptively defend it after bishop to g2, but also to just make sure the rook is safe from this. I'll check after the game, but I'm pretty sure white had these ideas. No, I think I'm going to start with just developing the bishop, ensuring my knight is well protected. My light square bishop is also a very good piece. I'm not concerned about h4. First... Ooh, wait. Wait. Yeah, the student is using the teacher's line. Yeah, I think I had bishop to h5 on the previous move with a skewer. Okay, my opponent offers a queen trade. I don't really want a queen trade, so I'm going to decline it with bishop c5. Hitting the queen, of course. I mean, technically I am threatening to take on f2, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Okay, my opponent pushes d4, which is fine by me. Fine by me. Let's go bishop to b4 just to apply pressure to the knight. d5, of course, we can just snag the pawn. There is something to be said for d5, trying to win b5, but I don't think it's all that good. Okay. I think we should just get castled. I think we should get castled. And it looks like I'm walking into danger, but I don't think I am particularly. Okay, a3 on the board, which I think is more of a weakness than anything. Let's drop the bishop back. e7, it looks a bit vulnerable. You know, maybe d5 can be played and expose the bishop, because like my e-pawn gets pinned. So d6 looks a bit more safe, a bit safer. Okay, what should I do now? Well, a5 looks very tempting. I could also play queen a5 going after this. Then there is b4. Let's start with a5 and just push. If you guys are just joining the stream, hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I also wonder how many people joining the stream are regular viewers of the channel and how many are finding the channel for the first time. Yeah, 3 plus 2 is good. I think... No, sorry, I should have gone b4. I messed up my calculation. I literally... Oh my god. I just calculated the whole b4 line, and then for some reason I played that. But to be honest, this trading I don't think is good for white, because you've just opened up the c file for me, which I think should be really nice, you know, with this kind of alignment. I'm sure that white can defend this, but it's definitely better for me. Let's get doubled up. Let's go h5. Try to stop any advancement. Okay, he's going to try to insist on it. We're going to double up. I want to do this. It's a very difficult position, actually. It's very difficult. Oh, maybe I should have kept the bishop on d6, watching the f4 pawn in retrospect. Okay. I could maybe take that, but it looks terrifying. Let's avoid the trade. Apply some pressure. I think I can take now. I think I've got enough attackers. Still unclear where the proper infiltration is, but trades should be in my favor. Very difficult. Very difficult. Okay. Let's open things up on this diagonal. I don't want to take here and let the queen into the game. Let's push. Still with pressure. Oh, that's a free queen. Okay, my opponent resigned. Not sure he should have resigned there, because I might have missed it. That was a game full of mistakes, I am sure. That was full of mistakes. Okay, let me just get the right thing. I'm just going to do a quick analysis, and then I'll give you guys a chance to send the challenges, and then we'll jump into a second game. So yeah, oh, I also have e6 here, which I forgot about. That's the best line, but this is still good for black. Queenside castle. Queen a5 is better. And after this, this. What's the idea? Oh, I queenside castle. Okay. b5. Queen b6 is a blunder. Because of here, and then this, which is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid of. So g3 was very nice, because it meant that that didn't happen. However, I had bishop to h5, which was even stronger, and you can't do this because of this. Tanner, hi, how's it going, mate? And two right, by the way, Benet du Paris. Why don't you guys like the video? Rook c8, bishop g2. I should have gone again bishop h5. I again missed it, and when I finally saw it, so did my opponent. F4, I have knight d5. Why is this so strong? Ah, see, I was concerned about this, but I forgot that c2 is a much bigger problem. Dan, how's it going, mate? Proper supporter of the channel. But yeah, this was just a mess of a game. I mean, I literally calculated b4, knight a... Sorry, b4, what was it? Knight a4, and something like queen to b5. I'd calculated something along these lines. And for some reason I played a4, which is just a horrible move because of b4. Why are you not playing Caro-Kann anymore? I literally just played the Caro-Kann, mate. And then here, it's an equal position. The computer now thinks I'm much better, but, like, proving it is a different matter. Bishop e7's a mistake. I should have taken on b4. a3. If take, then I open up more attacking avenues, I guess. And if the bishop drops back, then again I force open the attacking avenues. If king b2... Okay, that's very cool. But yeah, I mean, black is just slightly better this whole time, really. Here I've got mate. Here. And then I'm just mating my opponent. That's pretty cool. Anyway. Let's get into the next game. Loads of challenges coming in. Awesome. And some of you are still sending the wrong challenges. Blitz with increment and unrated, please. Let me remind you all. Okay, Gefalt, let's go. Can I make some videos on middle games of the Caro-Kann? I mean, yes, it is difficult, and I feel like it might be arguably easier to grasp some of the context. So, some of the ideas when you actually see it happen in a game, and you can see how it evolves. This is a dubious line. Because, yeah, I don't see what white achieves. One of the main issues in the exchange variant... See, this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. In terms of explaining the middle games better in actual games. I said that bishop b5 is not good. Why? Because I secure a bishop trade. Why is that significant? Well, because in the exchange variation, a lot of the time, the light-squared bishop can get locked in after e6. But because there's no light-squared bishops on the board, I can just go e6, and I have no light-squared bishop that I'm blocking in. Also, in the exchange variation, the bishop tends to come to d3, and is really, really strong on this diagonal. Most of white's play in these lines tends to come from this bishop attacking the king side and controlling the e4 square, stopping me putting a knight on e4, which is, again, annoying for white to deal with. So, okay, let's go. I can go for the minority attack. Yes, I can. I think taking is good. The move played right in the exact situation I was in. Sack my bishop very early in the game. Sack your bishop? What? Okay, here, normally you'd offer a trade, but because I no longer have a knight on f6, I feel like it's more beneficial to actually bring my bishop to f6. That feels like a better plan to apply some pressure. Maybe prepare e5. Okay, see, this I think is a bit of a misunderstanding of the position from white. So, on the queen side, white has 3 pawns. I have 2 pawns, right? This is known as a, like, well, when I apply pressure to white on that side of the board, it's known as a minority attack, because I have a minority of the pawns. But the reason that it can be good for me to attack on the side where I've got fewer pawns is because I have more open lines to work with. So let's imagine that this pawn was on c6 and the pawn structure was exactly the same. Well, it would be very difficult for me to attack on the queen side. Yes, this is a Carlsbad structure. And the problem for white, though, is that I actually have an open c-file. And because he's just committed his pawn to b4, his c3 pawn gets left behind, and I'm happy to do this trade because it just opens this up for me. The difference is, white has an open e-file to work with, but my e6 pawn is very well defended. Bro, my opponent is not cooperating. It just depends, mate. Make them cooperate. Okay, so let's go rook c4. Prepare the double up on the c-file. My opponent's going to try to be aggressive, but I think he's just trapped his own bishop after the move f6. Yeah, pretty sure that's just a free bishop. I do need to do a course on the Caro-Kann. It's really difficult because it's such not a difficult opening, but there's lots of different strands of it. I have actually considered working on like a paid opening course for it, but that is a very, very long project if I were to undertake that. So at some point, probably I will, but for now, I think that what I'm doing is just fine. What are the requirements to send a challenge? Unrated, blitz with increment, please. Okay, so we win the free bishop. Awesome. Now trades are just in our favor, so let's offer some trades. Erwin Lammy, Caro-Kann course chessboard's fantastic. That name rings a bell. Why do I know that name? Okay, my opponent declines the trade. I'm going to play rook to f5. It just seems like a good square for the rook. I may be preparing a double up on the f-file. Now I don't care so much about the c-pawn, because yes, it is a weakness, and I could form like a Alekhine's gun or some... No, Alekhine's gun would be the queen on c8. But I'm up like a full bishop for a pawn. So I care more so about trades. And I think also with the open f-file, the c-file might be semi-open. The f-file is fully open, so I think I want to switch my attention to the king side, which should facilitate trades fairly well. What I don't want to do is build up all my pieces on the c-file, my opponent just defend for his life, and have no easy breakthrough, and then just have to shift my attention anyway. Okay, let's go rook to g5, targeting the g-pawn. I'm happy to drop the rook back to g6 if I have to. I'm just going to apply a ton of pressure on the king side. Lammy's a Dutch GM. He has, I think, the highest rated Caro-Kann course on the site, and it's relatively new. Do you know what he recommends in the advanced variation? Does he recommend bishop to f5? Okay, well, my opponent's never going to trap my rook. Like, I always can shuffle between these two squares, and only the h-pawn can target me, because if he attacks me with a rook, obviously I'll trade, but he can't do that anyway. So I'm not worried about the rook getting trapped. If h5, rook g5, that's it. Do you think there's a limit on the Caro-Kann's efficacy as you improve in chess, or is it mostly just a drawing option as you improve? So when I play over-the-board chess, if I'm playing against... Let me think how I want to phrase this. When I'm playing over-the-board chess, right, if I need to win a game, I may not play the Caro-Kann. But that is because I'm playing over-the-board chess against like 2,000-ish rated players with 90 or so minutes on the clock, and I need a win. Now, most over-the-board games, I do play the Caro-Kann. If I'm playing against a lower-rated player and I need a win, I'll still play the Caro-Kann, because I trust that my better knowledge of the opening will provide enough chances to win, right? So, yes, to an extent, the Caro-Kann becomes less effective as you get better. But, I mean, I don't think that kicks in until you get to a very high level. I know lots of titled players who still play the Caro-Kann. Like FM, NM kind of level, and they still play the Caro. And I mean, let's be real, none of us are FMs or NMs, right? So, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us, as far as I'm concerned. This White King absolutely sucks, by the way. It's pretty hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I mean, not too fussed. Yeah, I mean, Levy plays it over the board, doesn't he? So again, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us, as far as I'm concerned. Aman, how's it going? Tishuring, what's up? What's up? Didn't Karpov play the Caro? Yes, he did. But we do have to also be aware that Karpov played it in a time before engines, so things are always a bit different, right? While we can look at the old masters and be like, yeah, well, they played this and this and this. Yeah, but also, Boris Spassky played the King's Gambit against Bobby Fischer. Bet most of you didn't know that, right? And actually won with it. So, yes, we can say, oh, but the old masters played the King's Gambit. But you wouldn't find Magnus Carlsen. Okay, Magnus might do it just for a laugh, but you wouldn't find Gukesh playing the King's Gambit against Ding in the World Championship, would you? No, you wouldn't, because computer analysis means that at the highest level, it's not that good anymore. Now, at our level of chess, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Why am I even trying? I'm just a 1300 rep. Oh, Gefau, you played pretty well, to be fair. I think the issue is that we didn't understand the plans of the opening, and so I got all the trades that I wanted, which made my minority attack even more felt, I think. Okay. Oh, can I remember? I think I have to play d5 here. Or maybe it was d6. I don't know. I'll deal with it. So is the Caro-Kann not an opening to win at the high levels? No, it's certainly not an opening to win. That's for sure. That's for sure. What are your top 5 chess GOAT list? I mean, Fischer is the GOAT, in my opinion. I think Morphy and Capablanca... Well, Morphy, Capablanca, Carlsen, Kasparov are the next 4 after Fischer. That's my take on it. Not gonna lie, I kind of hate this position. Alright, we're gonna play it like a French defense then. This... Ugh. Gross. I should have gone d5 on move 2 instead. Should have gone d5. But okay, let's just do this instead. This isn't so bad. I can claim the knight on c3 isn't that good because it can't support the center. So, Sicilian or Caro-Kann? I mean, personally, Caro-Kann. But if you play the Sicilian, then play the Sicilian. That's up to you. Whoa, we're getting loads of viewers right now. That's awesome to see. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. Let's apply more pressure. My average middle game accuracy is 90%, is about 90%. My opening, middle, and endgame suck. Is 1700 currently. Should I focus on opening or endgame? Focus on both? Focus on both, I suppose? Yeah, I mean, Hikaru roasts everything, though, right? So I'm not sure that's saying all that much. I think we can go ahead and take. I think this is an issue. What's my FIDE rating? My FIDE rating is wildly wrong. I think it's like 1700 or something, but that was a rating from tournaments that I've played when I was like, I don't know, maybe 15 years old. And I'm 21 years old now, so wildly inaccurate. I heard you, mate, don't worry. My ECF rating, which is my English Chess Federation rating, which is far more accurate because that's how most of my games get rated, is currently 1997. I think I should be higher. So I'm probably going to be playing in a tournament in the summer. Maybe I'll do a couple. We'll see. Definitely at least one, though. And I believe that should be FIDE rated. So, also, f4, I think, is a strong move from my opponent. Yeah, I think that's a good find. A good find. I honestly don't see anything better than taking. Which I really don't want to do, because my king is in the center. But I don't think I've got a choice. 1700 has nothing to do with psychology, Viv. I was literally just younger at that point and worse at chess. So my rating hasn't changed on my FIDE profile for a while as a result of that. Around 1800 ELO, my account is new on chess.com, so my rating there is low. Can we play? Yes, send me a challenge, mate. Send me a challenge. How do I win a winning position? Play the best moves, Viv. Obviously. Obviously. I'm sure that's really useful advice. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, how do you win a losing position? I don't know. Just play the best moves. All right, all right. My opponent takes on f5. Let's do this. Doesn't e5 work there? E5 might have worked. I saw this line though, and I thought this was pretty playable because after rook takes, maybe I can do this. Don't know. What a useful advice, mate. Yeah, no worries, Viv. No worries. Okay, no, this position actually really isn't that fun, but we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna deal with it. Let's get this knight to shore everything up. It's not really doing a whole lot on g6. It does block my bishop in, but what are you gonna do? That's an interesting choice. Interesting choice. If I do this, I think my opponent can take here with the queen. Because the pin on knight? There's so many pins. Ooh, that's a nice move. It's a nice move. I think I'm going to have to play a6. Because this pin is the biggest... Well, it's the only problem I can solve right now. f6 doesn't really help my cause. f6 doesn't help a lot. I struggle a lot in blitz. Can't really blame it on the openings. I just freeze. Yeah, I mean, some people are better suited to blitz than others. Blitz certainly isn't my best format, but it's just useful to try every format, really. Maybe not hyper bullet or something, but bullet, I mean, bullet is my worst format. I still play it occasionally because I think it's important to try and get better at it. This, I don't understand. Did my opponent miss my pawn defense that square? Maybe? Yeah, he must have done. Okay, well, let's just trade the queens. Oh, no, I wanted to queenside castle, but I can't, annoyingly. Oh, this actually isn't incredibly simple. I don't have many moves. b7's gonna fall. I don't think I can stop that. Do I make money playing chess? Not really. I mean, I've won a couple £100 in a tournament I played maybe 6 years ago, which at the time was a lot of money, but nah, I kind of hate this position. I mean, okay, let's just trade. Let's just trade. I have to be winning. Oh wait, no, I can do knight takes. Knight takes looks good. Just defending b7. Yeah, that's fine. Now I can get this bishop out. Let's go knight takes again, just defending. And that's a free rook. Awesome. A simple position is the hardest to convert often. I disagree. I would say a more complicated position is harder to convert, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Fit, you've got a sub, mate. You got a sub. Okay. Let's go Remy Gambit. Oh, this doesn't have increment. Okay. I'm gonna try and play no increment. Let's go for the Panov attack. See if we can... Also, is that North Korea? That's pretty funny. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. GG, Michael. GG. You played a very good game there. Really good game. But yes, definitely needed more time. Really good opening. Really strong. I got a bit caught out there, to be honest. Hi to everybody just joining the stream, by the way. I don't think this is the best move. I think I can play queen b3 and try and go after the b7 pawn immediately. And queen b3 is always a useful move in the Panov to apply pressure to d5. Like here, I think I can just go ahead and take. And this is well supported. Which then sets up ideas of bishop b5. This is why I love playing the Panov against the Caro-Kann. Because, like, I mean, I don't know what to say. I just get winning positions all the time. I'm not saying this is necessarily winning, but it's definitely better for white. Now I'm going to try to exploit the fact the bishop can't come back to d7. And now I have a few different moves. I think taking makes the most sense, because I'm up a pawn, and then I get rid of my doubled isolated pawns, and I believe I have to move d5. The queen is cut off because I induced the knight to d7, so I have enough support to play d5, maintain my grip on c6, kick the bishop off, and then I can just get myself, finish my development up, basically, which will be very nice. I have a passed d-pawn, which is cool. Your big problem is your mindset. Get very tilted when you lose. Do you have a way to overcome such an attitude? I mean, I read a lot of Stoic, philosophy stuff, which definitely helps me. But my biggest thing would just be, don't... Sorry, if you're tilting, then just stop playing. Just stop playing. Just come back to it, I'd say. I can take on b6. To be honest, though, I don't want to. I just want to get castled. I'm up a whole piece. I don't care about an extra pawn. I really, really don't. So, let's just get myself nice and safe. There's an argument to be made for knight to g5, trying to exploit e6, though, which I think is very, very good, because I'm basically saying to black, I'm not going to let you castle, because queen e6 check forces a queen trade, right? And how are you defending this? I mean, if you want to move your king up, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. Now let's castle. Sorry, what are we saying? Do gambits actually work at 1200 to 1400 range? I'd say that's the range that they're most effective at, to be honest. That's probably where they are the best they can possibly be, because you don't have to learn loads and loads of theory, but your opponents aren't probably not going to know how to deal with them. Okay, let's go bishop to e3 with tempo. Yeah, gambits 100% work at that level. Hi to everybody just joining the stream, by the way. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Loads of people in the chat, which is nuts. Nuts. Really appreciate you all. Okay. Let's hit the queen. Let's hit the queen. Take a break and listen to music. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. Okay, let's offer a queen trade, because, well, I'm just hitting a6, and a queen trade is obviously in my favor. Not only do I trade queens, but I would also apply a ton of pressure to c5. b4 is interesting, because this. But then I feel like I'm giving black a little bit of counterplay, so maybe not. Let's just go b3, stop this, and protect the b2 pawn. Simo May, yeah, the stream is taking off. David, are you in America then? Are you in America? If it's morning for you. Okay, well, my opponent just abandoned the d7 square, so let's invade. Let's invade. Yeah, no, this is definitely a live stream. Definitely a live stream. Okay, let's give another check. King here. Oh, I don't have this. I just completely missed that. However, can I do this? Here, check. King here, I can take here. I think that works. Maybe I could have taken with this. California. How are things in California? How are they? Oh, I don't understand that move. Was that a mouse slip? Oh, I just realized I've got no increment. Oh, okay. Let's speed up. Let's speed up. I completely forgot. Let's go here. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I mean, my opponent's about to run out of time anyway. And let's deliver the mate. GG. GG. Hopefully, I demonstrated in that game why I love the Panov attack so much. I've got not so many, but quite a few videos recently on my channel where I play the Panov attack against the Caro-Kann defense. If you're confused about what the Panov attack is, it is... Whoops. It is this position. This is the Panov against the Caro-Kann. We go for the exchange, then push c4. Super, super strong. My win rate in the Panov is insane. Okay. Let's go Arestu. Good evening, Ozul. Good evening. Simo Maid found me in your algorithm the other day. I think YouTube is pushing your channel. I think so. Okay, my opponent plays the 2 knights. I recommend the knight to f6 line. This is a line you have to know. I have a video in this, actually. And this is very, very important to know the queen d5 line. Very important. It's like the only good way to deal with this, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's just not fun. Of course, like, you might not want a queen trade, but you can still push for a win from this position. Also, if white tries to avoid the queen trade, let's say, like, queen h4, we can always use e6 as a pivot point to get to other squares to insist on the queen trade. I've only been taking chess seriously for, like, the past month, made big improvements, getting anxiety about losing elo. I know what you mean, and I think making videos really helped me to overcome that because I focused purely on getting better at the game, because the better I got at the game, the better I'd be able to speak about it and provide good content for my viewers. When you're just playing without, like, another goal, it's difficult to want to play because you're like, oh, I'm going to lose elo. So what I would say is have a separate goal, right? Don't make your goal of chess be, like, purely to gain elo online, right? Have a different goal. Have any kind of goal you want. Any kind of goal. Like, whether it be play more positional chess, or work on your endgames, or try to win drawn positions, or try to draw losing positions. That's one of the ones I'm working on working on at the moment, trying to draw losing positions. Have a separate goal, and then you won't care so much about the elo, because that's not the point, right? The point is to simply get better at chess, which is what it should be about. Okay, hopefully you guys know what I'm on about there. I think that just hangs a pawn, so let's be careful here. I don't want to trade on white's terms, so I suppose I could just drop my bishop back. Yeah, I actually quite like that. And just basically say, well, why is your bishop on e4? That's where the knight wants to go. Okay, let's go rook to d8, I guess. I do have to be careful about this. These bishops are admittedly annoying. So maybe I should kick it out. Go away, bishop. Go away. Okay, yeah, Ziki, hopefully that helps you, mate. And for everyone else watching, hopefully that helps. Okay, of course I'm going to snag the bishop pair. Thank you very much. And now, yeah, we have some chances. Also, I can probably just take here. If here I do allow this, though, I don't have this because the bishop's defending the rook. Don't forget about that. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to allow that, actually. I do have this. Oh, that looks quite strong. That looks game-winning, actually. That looks game-winning. Sorry, it's very difficult to keep up with the chat. Started chess review series. Review chess sites. Ah, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. Yeah, see, now I think I have this move. Bishop to c4. Now you can't take because your rook blocks the bishop's connection to the other rook. And I'm removing the rook as a defender of the knight. What mic is that? It's a Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti. Fianchetto Club, how's it going? I've actually got your t-shirt in my wardrobe right now. It's too hot to wear it, though. It's too hot. Any openings for white which are actually fun and not dead dry, boring, except Vienna like a very forcing opening? What? I mean, do you want to rephrase that, Viv? Do you want to rephrase that? Yeah, bishop h6, good find, good find. Okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and take, I suppose. And then I'll drop my bishop back. Stop this. Yeah, I've got another mic. I've got like a Logitech mic as well, and it just sucked. It absolutely sucked. I switched back to my headset mic because that was genuinely better than the Logitech one. And this Blue Yeti one I bought for about the same price as the Logitech one, and it's unbelievably better. Like, it's so much better, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Fried liver super forcing, yup. The Scotch is actually very forcing, yes. I agree with Tanner. I used to really struggle against the Scotch. I'm taking over this diagonal, by the way, because I can try and force the pawns onto dark squares, or it'll be vulnerable to my bishop, or I can just win the pawns. Coming here is better than coming here to attack the pawn, because whilst it skewers pawns, bishop to a2 allows bishop to d1 defending, whereas this wins a pawn by force. AJ, how's it going, mate? Smith Mora is fun. Yeah, I used to play the Smith Mora against the Sicilian. Now I play the A3 Sicilian, which I do play in tomorrow's video. The video releasing tomorrow, the A3 Sicilian. If you don't know it, is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Against the Scotch, I do the bishop c5, queen f6 systems. Yeah, I think those are solid. Okay, let's push this. Try and force some trades. And yeah, the pawn is pinned, so it's not going to be able to move just yet. Even if it does move, I don't care that much. I don't want to take just because... Oh, wait, no, that's just hangs a pawn. That hangs a pawn. I thought he'd do this. Don't have the courage to play classical formats over the board. I consider it's very boring. What's your opinion on this? Do you enjoy over the board classical? Over the board classical is my favorite format. It is my favorite format. It's really fun. I'd highly encourage you to try it. If you try it once and you don't like it, okay, fine. But it's really good. What do you do when black plays g6 in the a3 Sicilian? I've got loads of videos where that does happen, and I demonstrate how to play against that. Because g6 is considered to be the best line against the a3 Sicilian. But the main idea is something like knight c3, d3... Sorry. Yeah, knight c3, bishop c4, d3. When e6 is played from black, preparing d5 with tempo on your light squared bishop, then you drop your bishop back to a2, and then either you get h4, h5 in, or you go for f4. Yes, Tanner, you can go for the Grand Prix. a1, 2, 3, it depends. You can't play h4 immediately, I don't think. How long have I been playing chess? A long time. Long time. Maybe 10 or so, probably more than 10 years that I've like not consistently played chess, but played chess. Okay, now I'm just going to leave my bishop in the corner because it's going to occupy white's pieces. Trying to win the f pawn. Why OTB players only care about OTB rating, not online rating? Because online rating doesn't matter that much. It's just not that important. Let's go after this. It's like over the board rating, if you're an over the board player, is what you care about, because it's like if you consider it to be a purer form of chess, then you know. I'm 1850 FIDE. Have a tournament game this evening. Opponent has been playing the Sicilian for the last 20 years. I've been playing the A3 Sicilian Rapid for a bit. Should I play it? Yeah, I would say yes. I think it's really strong. Really, really strong. And it will hopefully take your opponent off guard a bit. I've played it against quite a few older guys that have been playing the Sicilian for decades. And it's massively caught them off guard. Really has. Because it's a very new system. Okay, let's go. BMedi1. Also, for everybody saying, can I play you? Please be aware that, like, I'm getting, I don't know, 20 or so challenges every single time. And it's very difficult for me to be like, oh yes, I will play you, and I will only pick you for the next game. I've got to give everybody a chance. I just pick it at random, right? Take a break to read the chat. What am I missing? Okay, my opponent's going for, like, this G4 expansion, I think. So, probably H5. I am controlling the E4 square enough times for the time being. 65 years old, 1875. Yeah, the A3 Sicilian should take him massively off guard. Should really take him off guard. So go for it. And let us know how you get on as well. Let us know how you get on afterwards. Playing the Tromping Classical, get amazing positions. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Lost to a 9-year-old kid in a tournament. Yeah, dude, that's just how it goes. These kids are really, really good. Don't think he's going to be prepared against A3. Yeah. Most people aren't. Most people aren't. And even if they are prepped against it, the position is just considered equal anyway. Viv. I don't know. What's wrong with going on a train? Why would they have an issue with that? Do you ever play the Jabova London? No, not really. To be honest, I just don't know much about it, to be fair. Do you have any chess goals? Well, see, if you'd have asked me that like a week ago, I would have said, no, not really. Recently, however, I've been thinking, you know what? Maybe I could go for an FM title. Like, that's not completely ludicrous. I think I could potentially do it. So, I'm actually considering that. Folks aren't prepped against offbeat stuff like A3. Yeah. I mean, not many people are, let alone old guys. I don't understand that move. I'm not trying to do that anyway. I'm going to castle queenside. I think that'll make it a bit spicy. Live in India. I'm a teen lol, not comfortable revealing age. I mean, I've never been to India. But I mean, my brother went there recently, and I don't think he had any issues with the trains at all. Like, he's 19. He didn't have any problems, but to be fair, he's a pretty big guy. He's like a bit skinnier than me, but also a bit taller than me. Okay, let's drop the queen back to get out of any d5 ideas. I'm not too concerned about the a7 pawn, I don't think. Because I always have knight b8 if I really need it. A title would help your channel. Yeah, maybe. But I think what I don't want to do is just study, neglect the YouTube, get a title, and then what was it all for? You know? What was it all for? I'm here not to be the best chess player. I'm here to be the best chess educator that I can be. That's the whole point. I think I have this. And I believe I just win the e4 pawn. Although maybe f7 hangs, depending on where white goes. It's interesting. Queen d1. Take. Not sure I love that. Not sure. Very interesting position, though. Mic quality is amazing. Love to hear it. Queen c4, didn't consider that. But I don't think that's the best. Although maybe it is. Take. I thought I had knight d2, but there's actually queen e6 check. Good find. Good find from my opponent. Take. I don't like that position at all. So, I think I'm actually just going to have to admit that I was wrong and drop back, which can be really hard to do. But, like, sometimes you've got to admit that you just messed up. Yeah, that's a good move from my opponent. This is a tough position. But let's ride it out. I know f7 is incredibly weak, and I'll try and deal with it. Hopefully d4 can become weak, though. Okay, I've got to take this way, because if I do this, then this. Here I win a tempo. Would you take me on as a student? I do some coaching, so send me an email if you're interested in that. I do get a lot of people inquiring, though, so it's relatively expensive, to be totally honest. Pawn b5 would be a move. Maybe? Seems very risky. f6, e6. Okay, let's just defend. This dark squared bishop isn't particularly good, so that's definitely a bonus. Does your brain ever get stuck in chess after playing too much? A bit, yeah. That's for sure. That definitely does happen. How much is expensive? Honestly, like, don't worry about it. My videos provide a lot of education. And I mean, there's loads of other channels as well, so don't worry about it. Is Scandi good in OTB Classical? I think it is massively underrated. Massively underrated, in my opinion. As much as it hurts me to open up my king, I think c5 is a decent move. Okay. Okay. I didn't consider that, but maybe I should have. Let's expand on the king side now. Really? What does that do? Okay, let's push. I'm not really sure what queen to f5 does. Okay. Oh, it pins the knight, I suppose, but... Alright, let's go queen c6. Time is getting low. My opponent's playing incredibly well. Incredibly well. Good stuff from him. No, I don't think that works. Let's get the king out of the way. Then we'll do this. Then we'll lock things up. Then we'll do this. Then I think we're going to have to grab that, because I can't allow pawn to a5. I'm not sure about this move. I am terrified of playing this, but I'm going to play it. See, now I get to take here, though. Previously, after knight takes, it defended, but now I get to take. Take. Equal material, okay. Let's offer a trade. This is not a fun position. I think there's this. Okay, he doesn't go for it. Let's offer a trade. Awesome. Let's push. Let's push. There's discovered check, but it's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. And I'm going to try to just... Oh, wait, no, the bishop isn't hanging. What am I on about? Not hanging. Let's bring the king. Let's bring the king. Covering this. Okay, I'm going to have to drop the king back. Okay. Let's put some pressure. I think I have this. There we go. There we go. Wow, my opponent is playing unbelievably well. Unbelievably well. But it's not quite enough. Really, really well played. And I am definitely going to have to catch up with the chat. Whoa, good game. Good game. Really, really good game from my opponent. He should be very proud of that. As a 14-year-old, if you just started, it's probably highly unlikely. Oh, to become a GM. No, it's definitely doable. Definitely doable. You have dreams about chess. I do sometimes, yeah. I think about chess positions to go to sleep sometimes. Got a favorite chess tourney you played in or won? Yes, the Doncaster Chess Congress 2019, I think. In the final round, I beat the leader of the tournament to, I think, get 4 out of 5 points overall. I came like joint second. That was my favorite, just because everybody was gathered around my game, and my mum was there with me, but she doesn't understand chess, so there were people going back and forth telling her what was happening. That was definitely my favorite tournament. I came second, so like I didn't win, but it was just an incredibly funny game. Is he on a Smurf account? I don't know. Maybe. But really good game nonetheless. Yeah, GG. Very nice game. Very nice game. Best win against Witty Alien. That's a good win, that. I played a game against Grandmaster Aman from Chessbra years ago. I got a completely drawn position, and then I lost it for, like, no reason. He just applied a lot of time pressure. Okay. Again, c6. Let's go into the Slav. And, okay, we get the exchange Slav. Very, very boring. How do you know if you're a prodigy? I don't know. Don't know. This I don't think is the correct approach. If I remember... Well, not remember. I don't know this theory. It just seems wrong. Just seems wrong. I think I'm applying good pressure here. This, then this? This? Dunno. Wait. Wait, no, if this, I don't have this. But if this, I do have this. Then take... Yeah, I think I have this. And you have to come back with the knight, and then I get to take it. Do you feel stronger at 2200 than you did at 2100 Blitz? I feel calmer when I play. I feel much calmer. And more in control. Okay, let's do this. And yeah, we're just up a pawn. Very nice. Let's go e5. Maybe go for something like this. Okay. Bishop b4. Let's apply some pressure. Apply some pressure. Gotta go sleep in a couple minutes. Oh, what time is it for you in India? How long did it take me to go from 1450 to 2000? Wait, I can take here. Oh, I just have this, though. I have this. And then this. Awesome. Sorry. How long did it take me? Honestly, like, quite a few years. Quite a few years. But I did take several breaks. If I had been more consistent, wouldn't have taken me as long. GG Grignard Regent? Regent? I don't know. Is it just me, or English is only good in the brains? When you start talking, you're speaking randomly gibberish. Not for me, but then again, I am English, so it's going to be a bit different. Okay, Petajuza. That profile photo he's got there, that was my old background for my old computer, actually. How did you start on making content? Videos or live streams? Well, are we talking making YouTube videos, or are we talking making chess YouTube videos? Right? Which one are we talking about? Okay, my opponent knows his theory. He knows his theory. The question is, do I? That I'm not so sure about. I want to say take. Maybe I should start with knight f3. Okay, no, I don't think h6 is good. I don't think black's supposed to provoke me. I think he's supposed to play g6, not h6. Now I need to figure out why. And queen b3 looks very appealing. What grammatical theory in English frustrated you the most? What do you mean? I mean, I'm English, so it just comes naturally to me. Then there. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go. Sometimes in my head, I imagine a deep philosophical conversation in perfect English. When I speak, my accent slips in and I'm embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I don't have to deal with that being a native, like, speaker. So that's definitely useful. I suppose I don't really appreciate that because I'm a native speaker. Here. Where do I want to go? There's not really that many good squares. Maybe I should just go to a6. I think I prefer this because I save the checks for another time. I'm probably preparing d5. Maybe? Not sure. Not sure. Don't you have GCSEs? Yeah. Yeah. What's your game name? As in on chess.com? Meant theory and English opening. Oh. Okay, I think that's a blunder. I don't really know much about the English opening, so I couldn't tell you. But you said grammatical, though. Yeah, the problem is that the bishop just hangs. The bishop just hangs for black. Okay, let's make sure B2 is defended. My friend from abroad takes IGCSE courses, says the grammar kills him. Are you asking me to mention a liquid beverage in a plastic container? Is that what you're asking? Is that what you're asking? Okay, my opponent's played knight to e7 so that he can castle. I could be really annoying and go for this. But I think it's probably more principled to just castle. Probably more principled. When we challenge you to a game, does it have to be blitz? Can it be rapid, bro? Thanks for the amazing chess content. Thank you for watching, UFC Gambling Addicts. Glad that you enjoy it. Yeah, please keep it to blitz, just so I can play more people. I would prefer to play rapid, but like right now, there's what 140 people in the stream, something like that. So I think it would be a bit unfair to play rapid games for just because I like them, because I want to give as many people a game as I can, right? So playing shorter games makes that easier. Okay, let's go b3, just to shore up the b-pawn and the bishop. Other than chess, do you play anything else? I do play football. Yeah, I do play football. I also do kickboxing, and I go to the gym, but I don't know if you'd count that. But those are the sports that I play, yeah. So, Bielem Vieira? Bielem Vieira? You are absolutely correct. Yeah, bottle of water. That is it. That is it. I don't have the fully classic British accent, I suppose, because my parents, in terms of their accents and their genealogy, is a little bit strange. So it's not quite as clean as just a pure British accent. But I try my best. I try my best. Do you think current 2000 rated players would have beat post-internet masters? Has Stockfish given current players an advantage? I assume you mean pre-internet masters? But no, they would probably get advantages out of the opening, but just get destroyed in the middle game. What do you do for work? I have a business. I have a business. Separate from all the chess stuff. Good night, Viv. Have a good one, mate. Have a good one. Any other board games? I mean, I really like Monopoly, but I don't know if you'd count Monopoly. You know what? I actually don't like tea. I really don't like tea. Okay, no, I don't not like tea. I just don't care that much for it. Maybe that's a cardinal sin, but I really like water. Really like water. Thank you, Aeoloc Rayo. Good to hear it. Oh, I could have just taken on F2. I don't know why I didn't do that. That would have been like not stupid, wouldn't it? Okay, whatever. 1900 Elo in Monopoly. Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually a big fan of freestyle chess. I'm a big fan of it. Harry Maguire or Harry Kane? I really like Maguire. I'm not even going to lie. I really like Maguire. What he's done for us in like international tournaments gets way overlooked. Way overlooked. Bottle of water. Yeah. That is correct. I think I can sack the rook. Yeah, I think I can sack the rook. I do prefer coffee over tea, definitely. Yeah, because I think I've got rook e7. And the point is that you are just completely overworked, all your pieces. You seem like 1920. No, I'm 21. I'm 21. Let's do this. What football team do you support? I support Wolverhampton Wanderers. We're on an unbelievable run of form right now. Okay, that's a free queen. You're not threatening this because your rook is pinned, and GG. Good game, Petter. Whoa! What? I want to see the accuracy real quick. Let's see what the accuracy's at. 90.1. Not bad, not bad. Hopefully that shows you guys why the Panov is such a strong opening. I'm telling you. And I've got loads of videos on my channel in the Panov, luckily enough for you. Monopoly, the Destroyer of Families. I have had many a falling out. Many a falling out over Monopoly. Funny the way you say my name. It's like Luna, but with an M. Wait, what did I say? By Luma Vieira. Oh, did I say it differently before? We can play. Just send me a challenge, mate. Send me a challenge. Okay, Slav defense. For a 660, this is some solid theory. Alright. I like to play the knight BD7 line. Well, I remember my free moves of theory. Yeah, so Petter, I think you're supposed to go G6, not H6, because you can't give... You're giving me extra time. You're giving me extra time if you play the move H6. Because I'm probably going to take on F6 anyway, right? So you don't want to further encourage me to do so, is the way that I see it. Harry from the side, man. No. No, I don't see it. Would you ever want to live outside of Great Britain? No, I don't think so. I mean, things in the country aren't amazing right now, but I could never abandon the country. Like, I think I'm very patriotic. Like, I could not. Top 5 favorite chess players. Are we talking favorite or are we talking best? Which one? I don't think Bishop D3 is a particularly good move. This is the Cambridge Springs, by the way, which I also have videos on in my channel. On my channel. The Cambridge Springs is awesome. Bishop D3 doesn't seem right to me, though. Yeah, Cambridge Springs, Tanner. Really, really fun opening. I love it. I played it over the board against like a 2300, and I actually had an equal position for like a good 30 or so moves. Then I messed it up, but that's just how it goes. I think I can take here? Let me think. Take. Yeah, I just have this. That looks good to me. I feel like abandoning the USA right now. I will not say anything. I will not say anything on that. But I think that you should, like, regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, in terms of politics, I think you should always, like, want to support your country and, like, fight for your country. You're supposed to take straight away? Oh, maybe. You might be right, actually. You might be right, because I suppose White has time to take on F6, so you might be correct there, Neurotoxin. But yeah, here I get to take on G5. One of the main ideas of the Cambridge Springs is that when you take on C4, your queen gets unveiled on the bishop on G5. So, yeah, the thing is, in the States, like, I don't care which side you support, but at the end of the day, you're all Americans. You're all, like, humans. So, if you disagree on politics, talk it out. It doesn't mean you have to be horrible to each other. Like, figure out where the other person stands. You can explain your point of view, and you can have a civil conversation. I disagree with my family on a lot of politics, but it doesn't matter. They're still my family. I hear a lot of things in, like, with like American families, like, breaking up over it, and it's like, Christ, get a grip. I know politics are important, but family is more important. So maybe I'm just the odd one out there. I don't know. Eddie, I don't know if you're being serious or not. Sandfox. I think I saw the Cambridge Springs one time in OTB chess rapid tournament. The board to my left, they got crazy position. Yeah, I mean, the Cambridge Springs is a bit of a crazy opening sometimes. Although I'm up a piece, but I actually don't want to trade my bishop for the knight. I think my bishop is ridiculously powerful, so I'm going to keep it on the board. Did I take GCSE Add Maths? I don't know what that is. I think my little brother might be taking that though, because he's got his GCSEs this year. Divide and conquer. I agree. I agree. It tells me not to divide over. Yeah, neurotoxin. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know. I think people get way too heated about it. I have strong opinions on politics, but like, I know I'm friends with lots of people that don't agree with my views, and that doesn't mean they're bad people. That just means they disagree with me. That's fine. I'll try to convince them my point of view, of course, but Vivoka F4. Oh yeah, I think you might be right. I think F4 was playable. Good job my opponent didn't spot that. I mean, if F4 happens, it's not the end of the world, but no, I'm just gonna go bishop back to C7 because look how good these bishops are, right? I do agree with that, Sandfox. I do agree with that. I don't like the idea of being loyal to one political party because that's just what you do. I think everybody should be a swing voter. Personally, have I watched Adolescence? No, I have not. I have not. I don't know. I don't think I have much desire to. I have heard it's very good. I've heard other people like really not like it for various reasons, but I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But I don't know. The hype around it is somewhat annoying in a sense, where like everyone is just kicking off about it so much, and it's like it is just a TV show, right? Like I don't remember Keir Starmer being asked if he's watched Game of Thrones or something. like I don't know. As a Canadian from Quebec, every media trash talk Trump. It's like every day. Is that the same in your country? Yeah, I'm in England, and it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. I think I'm pretty. I don't think I have like a particularly positive or negative opinion of Trump, but like if you're gonna report in the media about him, you can't just take a purely negative stance. You have to like give facts from both sides. Surely. It's a good job I'm not a journalist, eh? Good morning, cool dude. Good morning. Well, to you, not to me. It's like 5 p.m. here. It's got to be dinner soon, probably. It's a very intense show for the representation of certain ideas. Yeah, yeah. Trump making it hard not to trash talk, to be honest. No, I agree. I agree. But okay, we've also got a Vienna Gambit, by the way, which love the Vienna Gambit. But like, you have to give both sides of the story. You do. Even if you disagree with Republican rhetoric, you still have to say what it is. That's just good journalism. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. Again, maybe I'm in the minority, but I do think the majority of people are kind of sick of a lot of it. Okay, this is an interesting position because can I do this? Can I do this? Now, I am very aware of 95, right? So, 94, if take 95, I take, that's easy. If take, I think my opponent had queen takes, actually. I also don't have d4. Maybe I should just take and go d4. That seems a bit more simple. That seems a bit more simple. How do I decide who to play next? I literally just pick someone at random who sent me a challenge. That's about it. That's about it. Yeah, d4 looks very logical. And, I mean, this knight is very well supported by the pieces, but I'm just going to leave it there for the time being. It looks very scary, but if you look at what it's hitting, is it that important? I don't think so. If you take, fantastic. Do you think in the US the media do the same? I personally don't know. I recently, however, did do my university dissertation on Bobby Fischer and how the public perceived him. So the majority of that was seeing how the media represented Bobby Fischer, which I can very easily. This was back in the 70s and 60s, but they did him very unfairly. They were very unfair to him in the way they represented him. Playing blindfolded needs practice, but not crazy hard. Yeah, it's a cool party trick, I think. But when you get better at calculation, it kind of just comes with the territory. But yeah, I have played blindfolded. I've got a video on my channel of me playing a near perfect game blindfolded on stream, actually. Character of politicians versus their actual policy. Interesting take, Tanner. Interesting take. You should make donate pay / alerts for donations. I have no idea how to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. Okay, let's get castled. If queenside castle, I think I can just go ahead and take on f7. Also, my knight is now unpinned. Although, again, I don't really want to do this. If I could do that and get c6 in, then I would, though. Okay, this is good for me. Because I'm not going to take with the knight. I'm going to take with the pawn. You may think, why would you double your pawns like that? Well, what's this bishop going to do now? This bishop kind of sucks. Okay, that's a terrible move, I think. That looks terrible. The bishop's completely out of the game. Now, are we going to go bishop g5 or bishop a3? That's the question. I think bishop a3. Is that a Star Wars poster? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm going to go bishop a3. Because if this, then I just win a pawn. I also stop rook f8, so you can't preemptively defend and then castle. That's good. Why did Bobby Fischer have problems with the media? I don't know. I actually don't know. While my dissertation was looking at the difference between media representations of Bobby Fischer and actual public opinions of Bobby Fischer, I couldn't come up with a good enough reason for why. Now, that wasn't the focus of my dissertation, so that's okay. I couldn't figure it out. I mean, maybe part of it was the fact that he was pretty anti-Semitic, so that probably played a role in it. But I mean, he was even like not very well represented before being before his anti-Semitism really came to the public eye. So I don't really know why. Also, e6 looks crushing here. Need to no, I mean, Doma, I get what you're saying, but I'm not making YouTube videos as a money grab. I make relatively decent money in my business. Like, it would be better return on time for me to spend my time working solely on my business. I just really enjoy making chess content. So I'm not doing it. Like, money is great, cool. But I'm not doing this, like, purely for the money. Like, no. So, I know what you're saying, Doma, but that is not the goal of the channel. And hopefully that comes across for those of you watching. Okay, this looks pretty crushing. Did your dissertation focus on Fischer's psychology? No, there have actually been dissertations done on that topic before, though, interestingly. My dissertation focused on public perceptions of, well, the title was Public Perceptions of Chess Players in the 20th Century. But obviously, the majority of that was Fischer, because as I think one academic put it, I can't remember the quote, but basically they were saying that Fischer was chess. Like, and chess was Fischer. They were like one in the same. They're synonymous. So, yeah, the majority of it was focused on Fischer for that reason. As I said, way earlier in the game, this bishop absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. And it's only just got him back into the game now, and it's a bit too little too late at this point. Let's keep it out of the game. I don't really want to allow it back in. Okay, let's do this. Let's push. Black's pieces are essentially paralyzed. Let's defend. Oh, I just dropped this pawn. I should have done this. I don't know why I did that. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Let's bring the king. C5 looks very strong. And let's get C6 check. Defended by the rook. What do you think about Sergei Karyakin gets banned from every tournament? Why is he banned from every tournament? I had no idea. Was Fischer a child prodigy? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's go H7. Threatening this. Even if you take, I'm still going to play this. Let's do this. And it doesn't matter. If white moves the king, then I promote anyway. And if take, then I promote. So, GG Apologist for Christ? Strange username. But GG. Peter Lecco let Fischer live in his home, and he described his presence as positive. Yeah, I mean, the majority of people who knew Fischer generally said that he was a pretty, like, good guy. He was just very, very into his chess, you know? And he was a bit, shy, is the word that a lot of the people that knew him used in media interviews. They just said he was shy. No, GG, that was a good game. But yes, he was 100% a child prodigy. Yes. Sergey was with Russia on Twitter. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one. Like, chess.com taking the stance that they have on that, and I guess FIDE in general. I don't know. I don't think Russian players should necessarily be punished for the actions of Russia. So, I don't know. It's a difficult one, though. It's a difficult one. Okay, let's go Toshka. Let's play. E4. Forgot the line. No, you played well, mate. You played well. You played well. It's just very difficult. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I play against the French defense. I have a whole playlist on this. It's called the Paparticulat Gambit. What's the business? I'm not trying to hide this because it's bad or anything. It's a perfectly legitimate business. I'm just like, I don't know, a little bit unsure whether I should announce exactly what it is or not. I don't know. Okay, my opponent's not playing the correct way against this. Also, I could have just taken here. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And now I can do it. Alright, awesome. JK Jax, how's it going? How is it going? Hope you're doing well. Not all Russian players in general, but I think if they publicly state they agree with Putin's actions, I think it's justified. Yeah, maybe. But again, it's just a tricky one. I don't think there's any correct answer to that kind of thing. So I'm not going to pretend like I have the correct answer. Do you think the Cold War also influenced Fischer's psychology? Yes, absolutely, 100%. In my dissertation, I analyze a lot of political cartoons in newspapers, a lot of which are obviously Cold War motivated and focus a lot on the Cold War and Fischer's role in the Cold War. There's one in particular that I really like, where the cartoon has Fischer's chess moves and Nixon's diplomacy with China. I think it was like the first open diplomacy with China that the US had for like 20 years. And it was basically saying like Fischer's chess moves are equivalent to Nixon's diplomacy with China, which are both incredibly important Cold War things. So that was very interesting. So to answer your question in a shorter way, yes, Cold War definitely influenced Fischer's psychology and the representations of Fischer in the media. I also completely just hung my bishop. So it was very nice of my opponent to let me off the hook. Very nice. Okay, let's go knight c4, hitting the bishop. I also don't know why I just played that, because this doesn't look very fun. I'm so distracted, it's not even funny. Okay, whatever. I suppose I'm up a lot of material, so it's not the end of the world. I am up a whole piece and like a pawn or something, so it's good. So he wasn't for the war, but defending his country. Sorry, Edward. Who? Who are you referring to? Are you referring to Fischer or Karyakin? He thought it's a trap. Maybe. I mean, Rook E1, his queen just has loads of escape routes, though. So that was very lucky. Which country is better for students studying engineering and AI? I don't know. I don't know necessarily. But I know my girlfriend does engineering in the UK, and her degree is very good. She's got a job lined up for when she graduates. And my brother does computer science, which is relatively close to AI. So, you know, probably relatively good. Real Madrid comeback tonight? I don't think so. I don't think so. Don't get me wrong, I'm not that big a fan of Arsenal, but I don't see Real Madrid coming back from what, 3-0, right? Not happening. Not happening. Ancelotti can't just raise his eyebrow and just expect like Vinicius to pull off a miracle. So I don't think it's happening. Hey man, same guy asked about the Cillian. What setup do you recommend when they don't accept the gambit? So basically, e6, always meet with bishop to a2 so that d5 doesn't come with tempo on the bishop. That's very important to note. Secondly, yes, as Sandfox is saying, essentially you can adopt a Grand Prix sort of setup. I have quite a few videos on my channel in those sorts of lines, so it might actually be worth checking those out before your game. But yeah, good luck with it. If Brazil can recover from 4-1, 7-1, so can Arsenal. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Yo, Will, how's it going, man? I'm doing very well. Doing very well. Had a great day today, and playing some chess. So, why am I struggling to convert this? I'm up a piece. I'm down a couple pawns, though. Let's go h4. The eyebrow does have a mind of its own. Yeah, absolutely. Don't worry, I know this kind of thing. Let's take. Go here, take over the D file. I support Tottenham. Very unfortunate. I'm a Wolves fan, and not gonna lie, we did destroy you the other day. Like, it wasn't even close. And, I mean, we're doing quite well at the moment, but we shouldn't be beating you 4-2. Wanted to play e6 on move 2. Then you can go for the gambit. Anyway. If e4, c5, a3, e6, you can go b4, take with the bishop, and then play the classic c3, d4 idea. But one of the intricacies there is you have a quick queen to g4, because the bishop, if it goes back to e7, which it probably will, then g7 can be incredibly weak. And you also have ideas of pawn to e5 to dominate the f6 square and stop knight to f6 or bishop to f6. I know that was a very long-winded answer, but hopefully that makes sense to you. Weren't Wolverhampton close to relegation? We were. Gary O'Neill was horrific as a manager. Terrible manager. Terrible manager. Yo, Will, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the dono. I haven't drank in over a year, so maybe a pint of lemonade, but thank you very much anyway. I did used to really like beer when I did drink, but I just don't drink anymore. So, yeah. Thank you very much, though. GG to Toshka. Very interesting game. Yeah, good luck with your game. Good luck with your game. And let us know how it goes. Also, email me the game when you're done, because I want to see how you get on with it. I'll give you a few notes on the game afterwards. Okay, GG. Let's get into the next game. Also, if you are watching the stream and you haven't yet liked and subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just do it. It's as easy as a couple of clicks. Okay. We have a Caro Khan. We have a Tartakower. Yeah, cool. Good luck, mate. You got this. Go show him how it's done. Played against you earlier. Wondered how you get to talk, think, and play so calmly. Not a cheater, guys. Playing Lee Chester, not my real rating. Oh, okay. Yes, that makes sense. Don't worry. I didn't think you were a cheater. Oh, my opponent hung the pawn. Damn it. This is still fine, though. This line is still very good. That is not a good move. And I will show you why. This pin is so hard to break because you have no knight b to d2. That's the main issue. How long have you been streaming for? Let me have a look. We've been live for about an hour and a half, I think. About an hour and a half. Yeah, this is just an uncomfortable position for white. Because, like, he's going to have to do this. Because if he takes with the queen, I'm going to take on f3. So, okay, let's go knight d7. The knight tends to come to d7 because, obviously, a6 probably is going to get snapped. And yeah, you kind of just keep the bishop on this diagonal. And unless white goes bishop to e2, then how do you deal with this, right? How do you deal with that? And if you go bishop to e2, I mean, you've just wasted a lot of time going bishop d3, bishop e2. So that's fine with me. And I can always go bishop to g6 to avoid a trade if I want. And this is actually a very common idea to get the pawn cube in these lines. Nishant, how's it going? What's with the alien face? What's with the alien face? Yeah, this is a very nice position. I'm happy with this. This is a Tartakower gone well. We're going to dominate the e-file. We have powerful bishops. White's piece... Well, okay, this bishop is good. But the dark squared bishop and the knight are not good. Aliens are not invading, don't worry. If he's not stream sniping. He's not. Floud Paradoxum, love to hear it, mate. Really glad you're enjoying the content. Oh, how long will I be streaming? Till when dinner's ready, I suppose. Thank you for the game. No worries at all, Jonathan. I think I have this. Oh, I don't know why I thought my bishop could do that. Oh, my days. Okay. That was an interesting take, wasn't it? He can do stream sniping. I mean, he can, but I'm just going to trust people. I brought the bishop back because I don't want knight e4 to come with tempo. So that's why I've done that. Yeah, I mean, the white pieces are not particularly impressive. I can just improve my position. And I'm really unsure how white's going to untangle here. Sorry, well, yeah. Till when dinner's ready is so real. Well, it's good to be back at home. I mean, I am properly moving out in the next couple months. So maybe that'll just be when my girlfriend does dinner. But I quite like cooking, so I like to cook most of the meals. But I'll just stream till dinner's ready. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it is. What's my favorite weapon against the Caro? Derply, you must have only just joined the stream because I have played many times in this stream so far the Panov attack. And let me tell you, the Panov is unreal. Unreal. My win rates in the Panov are insane. What's on the menu? Actually, no idea. I have no idea. Maybe... Okay, if I have to take a guess, maybe tuna pasta bake? That would be a good one. That'd be a good one. Just going to eat GNA. Not sure about that GNA. Although I have no idea when dinner's going to be ready. So, literally just... I'll play till dinner's ready, like I said. Okay, the one thing I'm thinking is if rook c2, then d5 might be a little bit annoying. So as weird as it looks, I'm going to go knight b6 first. Do I still use the Erva attack? Sometimes, but I've switched to the Panov mostly. Yeah, I mean, this is so miserable. This is so miserable. I could go for this now. Again, I could get the two pieces for the rook. But the problem is, like, I don't know, check and rook e7. I think the rook is actually good enough in that position. So maybe I should do this first? I don't know. Tuna pasta bakes are legit. Food of kings and rooks. Yeah, I love that meal. I love that meal. Do you prefer playing with time limit or no time limit? Traditional players see time limits as a sign of weaker play. Um, I do prefer time limits. I do. Just because I don't know, it makes the game easier in terms of organization and logistics, I suppose. Obviously, you'll get better games if you have no time limit, but like what, you know, it depends what you're playing for as well. Like if it's just a casual game with your mate, okay, yeah, maybe you have no time limits, but having time adds an extra dimension to chess as well. I'd love to play knight c4 to go after b2. b3, knight here, rook here. I have this or this defending. So that looks pretty good. Let's do that. I'm trying to play more solid openings like Tarrasch against friends instead of b3. So playing Panov attack against Kara sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I have been loving the Panov. I actually can't talk enough about it because I am enjoying it so much. And I'm not exaggerating. Like I have been loving it. Have a good stream. Alex, probably catch you next time. Yeah, hopefully GNA. We can get another game in. I feel like I play you every stream, so yeah, I always love a game against you. I could have actually maybe kept my bishop on the board, but I'm up a pawn now, so it's fine. Bishop b4 incoming. Yeah, maybe I could have gone back and then rerouted, I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, my opponent had this. Huh. Huh. Yeah, that I completely blundered that. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Do I enjoy reading? Yes, but I mostly read like philosophy books or like business books. I don't read much fiction. I used to read a lot of fiction, but yeah, opponent did miss bishop b4, but so did I. So to be fair, we've not got much time. Let's be real. We've both my opponent's got 10 seconds. I've got 30 seconds and I'm talking to the chat. So it's not that easy. It's easier when you're watching, as I'm sure most of you will understand. Okay. Let's make sure I stop this pawn. That's the only issue. Let's defend this pawn. And now let's bring the rook in behind. And let's swing over. Rook a3 looks forced, and now the rook is pretty much out of the game. How am I going to continue? Let's do this. How successful do you find your c6 setup against the Catalan? Actually quite good. Actually quite good. Not going to lie. It's been really successful. How do I want to continue? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. The rook belongs on d3, I think. I think this is the setup. To monitor the b3 pawn to tie down this rook and this. Okay, my opponent actually creates a really good bit of counterplay, which I completely missed. That's a really strong move. I completely missed that. Oof. Good moves. I suppose we push, right? James, good to hear. Hope you're enjoying the content so far. Let's push. Let's continue to push. Yeah. My opponent's mishandled the position here. He did a really good job creating counterplay, but he's mishandled it. And then my king gets back to defend very easily. Also, king to g6 can't be played. So, bro, you joined chess in 2015. Is my account from 2015? Oh, it is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I used to play Chess Kid before that, but you know, yeah, I've been around for a while, I suppose. Do you play Bullet on this stream? No, not really. Not really. It's impossible to commentate Bullet properly, at least for me. Okay, let's go against Mikas. Okay. Has he got the chess bra? Yeah, he's got the chess bra logo. Okay, well, to Derpley, you were talking about the what I play against the Caro. Now I'm going to show you. I play this, the Panov attack. It is really, really good. Really, really good. And my opponent, yeah, he goes for this. I like the bishop c5, bishop g5 lines here. Do you go classical chess sometimes? Yes, I do. Like in person though, over the board classical chess. Not really online. I think knight f3 is good. Yeah, that was quite risky sounding. It's a good job I pronounced it correctly, isn't it? It's a good job. Yeah, so the reason that I like this line is because I get c5 in. If b6... Oh, have I done this wrong? I don't know. Okay, I think here I go bishop to f4. Are there any current British chess players that are competing in top tournaments these days? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's I don't know, it's quite unfortunate really. I wish there were. I really do wish there were, but I don't think there are. Okay. I've got to be aware of b6 in some of these lines, but for now let's castle. If b6, I don't know. I have some options. Knight a4 is one. Okay, let's just kick the knight out. Your friend, first time joining stream. Is this your first time on my channel as a whole? Okay, yeah, let's snap that immediately. Of course, we snap that. This looks dire for black. Look how exposed his king is. Okay, now, how are we going to do this? We could go after this pawn, which looks tempting, with a move like knight e5, maybe. I think I like that. Also, I'm going to have to go after this game because dinner is ready, and I have no idea what it is, so I'm very excited. I've played against the Panov in tournaments, and it's so painful. Lost against the 2200-ish every time. Yeah, so I've played against the Panov in an over-the-board game once before. No, twice before, and I lost both. I got kind of crushed in both games. It's really, really good for white. Knight to f5. That's an interesting move. A very interesting move. I think I'm going to snap it. So we have the knight pair versus the bishop pair. But black has an incredibly weak king. He could try and do that, but it's incredibly risky. He goes bishop to f6. f4 looks good, but I think rook e1 is better. Rook e1 d4, though. I don't have this because of this. That's a good move. Got recommended my channel a couple days ago. Well, I hope you're enjoying the content. Hope you're enjoying. This is actually annoying. I think I'm going to go f4. Oh, yeah, because of this. Oh, obviously. That's really strong. Of course. c5 is such a difficult move to deal with. Opponent can play b4, start an attack. So, yeah, getting crushed. Yeah, it is really hard, Edward, to deal with. Really, really hard. The Tarrasch is the line I used to play against the French, by the way. It's really good. What makes the Panov so scary? I haven't played it, found it to be that horrible, but I'm only 1600. It's really, I'm telling you, it's really hard to deal with. Hopefully this game is demonstrating why it's so hard. And also, again, I do have several videos on my channel, which, like, this is the last game of the stream, by the way. So what I would say is, after this game, search up Chess Centurion Panov attack. In those games, I show why the Panov is so, so good. Yeah? Cool? Awesome. I think we win now with knight to b6. Because we have this. And we just have a fork. Fork the rooks, win the exchange. I'm already up 2 pawns anyway. And, I mean, the black pawn structure is completely crippled. My opponent played quite well. He did play quite well because, like I said, The Panov is so hard to play against, so he's done a very good job fighting, but no, it's seems to be coming to an end. Let's go b4 to secure the c5 pawn. Oh, the rook was just hanging. I don't know why I didn't take that. I don't know why I didn't just take that. All right, whatever. Whatever, let's just get the rooks involved. That was so dumb. Do you think you'll ever learn an open Sicilian, or are you always going to play anti-Sicilian? I refuse to learn the open Sicilian because that's exactly what my opponents want, if that makes sense. One of the reasons I think I'm so successful with my anti-Sicilians is because they're so aggressive, and Sicilian players don't want to defend typically. Most people play the Sicilian defense to try to be aggressive, right? So if they have to allow me to gambit a pawn and they just have their backs up against the wall most of the game, that's not how they want to play. That's not the type of chess they played when they opened with e4, c5, right? So that's part of the reason why I love it, why I love my anti-Sicilian setup so much, because psychology is very important in chess, and I feel like dealing with that as a Sicilian player is very, very difficult. So that's just my take on that. Hopefully that makes sense to you, Derpley. So yeah, I don't really have desire to learn it. I'm not concerned about the h3 pawn because the bishop is pinned. So I have this, and then I win the rook. And now we can just convert the position. Obviously, a rook up is completely winning. Let's push, promote. There's going to be some kind of mate at some point, I'm sure. There we go. GG. I'm not going to say your name again, but GG. And yeah, sorry, as I said, that is the last game of the stream. Dinner is ready. I am starving. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you want to check out some more Chess Centurion content, just go on the channel. I'd highly recommend looking at some of my Panov games as well. Highly recommend it. They're really, really good and really instructive. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate you all. And yeah,